From the great halls of their house, there are assembled three who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher, and their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicky Fisher, and our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Scripchuk. Their mission: to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team.
Welcome to the Garage Heroes in Training podcast. I'm going to be one of the hosts for this episode. My name is Bill Vila. Who else is hosting?
I'm Vicky.
I'm Audra.
I'm Max.
You are?
Yep.
Miss Vicky, I'm going to hand over hosting duties to you shortly, but we were at New Hampshire Motorsports Park, and Audra and Max and the other Bill were apparently so desperate and out of people that they could ask. They invited me to go there, so I went and had fun while you stayed home.
Yeah? How was it? But we'll get into that, won't we? Yeah. This is so exciting. So, yes, off to the New Jersey Motor Speedway for this weekend's event.
We were a little north of New Jersey. We were in New Hampshire.
I'm sorry, New Hampshire. Pardon me.
Vicky's having a tough garage day today. So
A couple of
Yeah.
things going on there, Vicky.
What's that?
Broken cars. You're prepping for New Jersey.
I am.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
prepping for a New Jersey event this weekend coming up.
it's
And
driving you crazy.
It is. My husband refuses to tell me anything that's going on. The only job that I had was to order trailers and to get the cars ready. He refuses to say anything else.
Mhm.
So it is exciting, and it's a little nerve-wracking because I have no control over this whatsoever.
And undoubtedly, it will be a future podcast episode.
Yes, it will be. So we were in a phase of car prep, and all the cars needed prepped. And
Can I start?
yes.
So I'm driving to New Hampshire, and my beautiful bride informs me that not one, not two, but three cars broke that day.
Yes.
So I pull into New Hampshire Motorsports Park parking lot, looking at the front gate, and I'm like, "Do you need me to come home? Because I don't think you have any cars left at work."
Yes. So we just got our E30 back.
E46.
No, the E30. I'm sorry, E36, right?
46.
The M3.
Yep.
Okay.
46 M3.
Yes, so we just got the M3 back. We have not had the M3 for about 2 years, because we had an issue where I think it was a fuel injector was left open, or it kind of got
Fuel
stuck
injector
open.
broke in the open position.
Yes, it did. So it trashed the engine. So we had that car sent out, came back. And that was my car daily for when Bill had left. And in the process, while I was driving that vehicle, I have the Miata, the ND Miata that is on the lift at the moment with 3 broken studs. So
Wheel studs.
With wheel studs, yes. And not only are they broken, but we have ordered the wrong size in length. So I am actively repairing the job on that so I can get this car out the door. And we have cracked rotors on the Mini Cooper. So that one is sitting at the shop at the moment, waiting for tires to get redone and just have these rotors put on. At a different shop. And
I don't understand why you can't fix 3 cars.
Yeah, right. So the daily that I had that we had just gotten back, I believe the clutch plate slipped on it as I'm on my way to go pick up my daughter. And I'm busy diagnosing this as my daughter is hopping on a bus to her friend's house because I cannot take her now because I'm diagnosing a car and it's the only car that I have at the moment. So so the 3 cars are gone. And of course, the 4th racer car that we have, which is another E36 caged, is out getting repaired. So that's 4 cars that right now I currently have going.
E46.
Yes, the E46
There you go.
caged.
Okay. So back to New Hampshire.
Yep.
You've been dying to interrogate me, and now you can interrogate Max and Audra. So what do you want to know?
Okay.
What do you want to know?
So first of all, let's start off with how was the weather when you guys had gone out there?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Until it
Yeah.
wasn't. Until it wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, Sunday there was some light rain and the temperature went down quite a bit, but it was still not really that bad. And Friday and Saturday were amazing. So
Yeah.
pretty good overall.
We
Yeah.
had like mid-70s Friday and
Oh yeah,
Saturday.
sunny
Yeah.
t-shirt weather.
Yeah,
It felt like
was
summer.
great.
Yeah.
I think Sunday was colder. It felt colder than it was, especially for New Hampshire at this time of the year, because
Yeah.
Saturday was so warm, or
Yeah.
Friday too.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
We didn't get that torrential rain that they were predicting. It
I
hit
was
like all around New England, get torrential rain, missed us somehow, so that was great.
And there was sleet too,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
that
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. So this was the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, I believe, the Halloween Hoopty Fest, right?
yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, it was. So what were the costumes that we decided to go?
Well, we were all driving the Slippery Slope car and
Yes.
the ski theme for that, so we were all dressed up in, ski gear.
Uh-huh.
Goggles and that sort of thing.
Yes.
Puffy jackets. Well, some of us, but sweaters,
Yes.
snow pants, boots.
Vintage
That
days
was-
of ski wear.
Right.
Yes.
Were there good costumes that were there?
Outside of us, no.
Yes.
No, there's
No.
so many great costumes. There's so many good things. What was it? The Continental Army that
Yes.
Oh yeah.
they stayed in costume all weekend
Yeah, that's
long
hilarious.
with the drummer, constantly. They were hilarious. It was so good.
The drummer, I think, was what put it over the top. The rest of it was
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, that's all right. As you're dressed as George Washington. I made some crossing Delaware jokes and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But the drummer following them around doing the was hilarious.
All weekend. It was
Yeah.
great.
All weekend was the
All
drummer?
weekend.
Yeah,
All
the
weekend.
drivers meeting, the big drum roll,
Yep.
the awards, everything.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. And then I remember we saw the Knight from Knee,
Mhm.
I believe.
Mhm.
From
I got hit by broccoli.
What is it with the broccoli? I
The
forget.
Schwabui.
Oh, the shrubbery.
I was pelted by a ton of broccoli during a driver's meeting. I think I was hit 3
Oh, yeah.
times.
Oh, that's
What's the
hilarious.
broccoli?
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Okay, so we end up going out with the E46. I mean,
Nope.
right, the E30.
Still no.
Well, you got the BMW. You were racing the BMW.
Yes.
Are you talking about the slippery slope car?
Yes.
That's an E34.
An E34. I
You haven't
gotta get all
gotten
the
one
BMWs
BMW right
I
yet.
have not. I have not. I didn't even know there was an E34.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a
I
it-
made that up.
yeah, right. Yeah. Total. Yeah. No, it's real.
Yeah.
E30,
You could tell her anything
91
right now.
535.
So how did the car perform?
Great.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
Yeah, no issues with the car whatsoever.
I have questions about the car and I have comments about the car, but I have no questions, no
Well,
no
that's what we
negative
got.
things.
All right. So what are some of the questions?
So it in terms of BMW car, right? We've had an E36, we've had an E46, we've had a few E46s. Although Vicky calls them whatever E she can come up with at the time, especially when she's
I'm
tired.
telling you, oh my God, I'm so tired.
But
Go ahead.
The Max's E34, which is a 5 Series 91, which I kept saying was an 89, but whatever. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good BS tech trying to get us, into a lower class, which didn't work, but I tried. The BMWs that I'm familiar with, they're a little more, they're newer models, and they tend to like to be kind of smooth or babied. And Max's car, it took me a while to figure out. It's like the puppy that wants to play, and you got to grab it by the back of the neck and scruff and go, do what I say. And it does everything you want. And I think I shaved like 3 seconds off just by, turning into a jerk driver to my puppy of a car. It was fantastic.
Well, wrangling the car is basically what you had to do.
A little bit. It responded well. I don't know if I'm wording it well. What do you think, Max?
Yeah, well, I think you can push it like really, really hard, maybe harder than you think you can. And maybe to get the results that you want, you have to push it harder than you think you should.
Mm-hmm.
But it can take a lot, and it's I think it'll reward just aggression sometimes, you know
It
what I mean?
does.
It will actually do these things that you tell it, even though it might not be the most, pleasant thing to think about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the mechanical sympathy combined from it's an endurance race, so I want to give a car to my next teammate that's in reasonable condition and the brakes aren't on fire and the tires aren't, melted globs of goo. And it being not my car, but your car, it made me on Saturday, especially, was kind of like doing a nice smooth thing. Then I get out of the car and I'm like, oh, Max crushed me, which is cool because Max is fast. I don't mind. And then Sunday, I was like, it looked like from external, Max was doing a little more. So I tried doing a little more, and I never found a limit where the car said, stop that. So it was kind of fun. It was good.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean, I think it's pretty forgiving, and it'll do a lot,
Well, indeed it did.
So, how did it perform at New Hampshire Motor Speedway? Now, New Hampshire is I find to be one of our difficult tracks, but
In what way?
only in the fact that it has transitions that are difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was curious about how the car performed in that area. Say, for instance, there's bottlenecks that you end up running into when you have that many cars on the track.
So the overview, I'm going to let Max and Audra answer the question for real. Overview, we had 123 cars on track, and that is a lot of cars for New Hampshire. So whatever you're used to, I think this might have been more cars than that.
Yeah.
So Max and Audra, what do you guys think?
As far as the track, that's the first time I had really done New Hampshire. I did it, 16 years ago, so I didn't remember anything. I found it was a lot of work, that track.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot of work.
There's no time that, sometimes that usually with lemons, you'll find yourself alone periodically, or you'll be on a straight and you'll be able to be like Max and fully stretch while you're driving 100 miles an hour. But there was no time like that at all. And you were constantly surrounded, you were constantly battling. I got done, I did 2.5 hours Sunday morning, and my shoulders were sore from wrangling from being in traffic the entire time.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is about, and we've mentioned this before, the thing is about New Hampshire, especially for lemons and especially with that many cars on the track, is that it's notoriously touchy. There's a lot of contact that happens. Did your car end up surviving contact well?
Yeah. We had a few instances of contact, but nothing that was, detrimental. I witnessed a lot of contact, between other cars, which was really entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing horribly bad that I saw anyway. I don't know.
Right.
But, and the transitions of the track can be pretty harsh depending on where you are. And if you give it a moment though, and you just breathe and let the car settle, those transitions can sort of become part of the rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it gets really narrow in some spots, and that's where where I saw a lot of people, touching each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of muscling that goes on at that car.
Yeah.
I mean, at that particular track.
Right.
But where did you lose the bumper cover?
Oh yeah, the front bumper cover. So turn nine.
The turtle.
The front right of our car hit the back left of another car. Just extremely lightly, just a little touch, just enough to knock the bumper cover off on part of it, and then it was dragging on the ground, and I could see part of it bobbing above the hood. So then I just came in, and then we, self-reported the contact, no big deal, and then went over to the garage and we ripped the bumper cover off and then back out.
Okay.
No big deal.
All right.
I think Saturday was dry and warm, so it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Sunday was, I think I got out of the car. I think I was talking to Audra walking back, and I said, I think we just broke out a figure skating contest because everybody was pirouetting out there, and it was just
Really,
it was carnage because it dribble rained. I think
just
Audra
enough.
had dribble rain and a little bit of sleet.
Yeah.
Bill had a little bit of rain, and then I had kind of rain, and then it started to dry, and then I don't know if it was dry for Max, but it was drying. It seemed to be.
So the racing surface was pretty dry when I was out there, but I was using the wipers to clear the windshield for most of it. But it wasn't anything. I think it was raining heavier when everyone else was out there.
Yeah. But,
so it was pretty much just enough just to have everything start sliding around.
Yeah, I think the judges were very busy on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They indicated as much to us. Yeah.
Did they actually have to have a driver's meeting and kind of give you guys the what for?
No
come to Jesus meeting.
No. Yeah, we've had those in the past because things have gotten pretty out of hand.
Like I got called for a fake black flag on Sunday, and I think both lanes were 3 deep when I got there.
Wow.
And there were people in the penalty box too, so it was, judges were busy.
Yeah. So your track arrival time, how did that go with the setup and trailers and RVs? Everything went well with that?
Yeah, we showed up with the car and the trailer, I don't know, around like 7 or so. So it was dark, but the lights in the parking lot are nice and bright. So we found our spot and set it up.
Okay, so go ahead.
Had a great dinner that night, I thought.
We did, yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
Good Mexican place. We found a good Mexican place. I forget what the name of the town is. It's not Latham. It was something like that though.
Don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. It wasn't too far though.
No.
And food was good.
Food was good.
Which was pretty good on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Casamigos in Tilton.
Oh,
okay. So how many people were on your team this particular weekend?
5.
Yeah,
okay. So you had Bill. Did Larry drive?
No. Larry's chewing crew.
What's that?
Larry's our chewing crew.
Okay.
He's on the team, but he doesn't drive. So the drivers were Bill Alvin, your Bill, Max, and myself.
Okay. The chewing crew, is that what you call it?
Chew and crew.
Chew and crew.
He named himself Chew and Crew. He shows up to eat and help us out.
I love that. So you had track practice, which well, first of all, I'm glad everything kind of got off for your weekend, started out well without any issues or complications. So Friday night, Friday track practice, how did everything go with that? Anything notable?
Yeah, no, not really. We all got out. Well, Bill didn't choose to go out. Your Bill didn't go out. But we all got out, did some laps, tried to learn the track a little bit. It was pretty busy on Friday even. So it was a good, I guess, preparation for what the weekend was going to be like.
Yeah, preview.
So did you have any issues with the car, or did you have any setup issues that you needed to manage with the car before you sent it out?
No, it was ready to go when we got there, and luckily it stayed that way.
Look at you.
The only thing we had was we corded.
Oh, yeah, we corded a tire, but I mean that wasn't a big. We had extra tires, so.
Okay.
I know those tires had been on all summer anyway, so we knew they were getting down, to the end.
Did we change brand of tire for Saturday and Sunday, or did we stay the same?
It was the same.
Same. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So Saturday racing order, how did we do that?
Captain's log supplemental.
So Bill, guess what?
What?
We did the Sentinel. We did the Sentinel.
We did.
How
did you like it?
You know what? We were talking about the Sentinel.
We have.
It was great. We understood watching how the Sentinel works. But we finally got it into our car, and I got to tell you, that was really awesome. I was able to see every one of my mistakes.
We have hours of them.
We have hours of my mistakes,
Right.
but we have hours of good stuff too, which is awesome. It actually showed us the speed. Did it show us where we were on track?
We were streaming it
We were streaming it live.
we're boring billions of people across the world.
But it was pretty incredible. Plus, on it, you're able to put your insignia, your logos on
Yep.
on your app also, and the clarity was amazing. It was really easy to put in,
It was
easier
easy.
than I thought it was.
I know you kept making a big deal out of it. I'm like, it's really not that hard.
Actually,
Until we focused on it, it wasn't too bad. And then we got some help.
No.
It was pretty easy.
yeah, it was. It was pretty good.
You know what? I like the stream because some of the tracks we go to don't have great cell phone coverage, but it's got a USB stick backup. So I just uploaded the high quality video without the cellular interruption. So if you watched us earlier and said, wow, they got from there to there really quickly, you can watch the real video and see that no, we didn't. It's just a cell phone went out. But
yeah. So the learning curve for me, obviously, I'm slightly techno Amish.
Slightly.
When it comes to the wiring and stuff like that, but we get it in, and I love it. We were able to sit there right at the track and watch what we were doing in the car, and that was amazing.
Which was good because if you have a problem with your radio, you can tell, if something is going on that you need to know about. Like a couple times we've had cars come in and we didn't know they were broken. And I know it's hard to imagine one of our cars being broken, but whatever. But you can watch the video, and even with the cell phone coverage we had at that particular event, it was like a 30-second delay. So it wasn't bad. And you can compare multiple drivers because you have each of the stints are broken up. So we got to work on not only our driving, but if we wanted to, we could work on our pit stops and see exactly what we do. And there's some things that we need to talk about as a team. And it was pretty good. Like I said, it takes me, once we got the wiring hooked up for the power, I probably could go from an empty shell to a full up setup running Sentinel. I could probably do that in like 20 minutes. So you could literally install it in a car before a race. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And we got to see the driver and the front windshield. And if we want to, we can have three. We can see backwards. Or one of the guys we were going to work with at the upcoming event, he said, could you put a camera on the driver's eyes so we could see what they're looking at? I said, why, yes, I can. Haven't done it yet, but I'll figure it out. I've got time.
Well, I love it.
All right. Very well. That sounds like I can buy another one then. Woo! I think Max started, right?
Yeah, I started, and then Audra checkered, and in between,
the Bill crew.
Bills in between.
Yeah. Was that confusing? It's Bill and Bill.
It was a two Bill sandwich.
Bill 2?
Yeah. All weekend.
Was it aggressive first stint, Max? Because Saturday first stint and Sunday last stint tend to be the
yeah, they seem fairly aggressive. It was tons of fun. Yeah.
Especially since most of the cars, probably 110 plus cars were out on track with you. You never count on all of them because,
Right.
But it was fun.
Yeah, it was pretty hairy in a couple, quite a few times. The start, like more so than I remember starting at Thompson being like, probably just because of the way the track narrows in a few spots, or the bottlenecks. But it was good.
So what are your thoughts on that track compared to the other tracks that we've had in our circuit?
Well,
if you could rank them, how about that?
So
far,
what, NJMP and then Thompson and New Hampshire
and Pitt.
I don't think they did Pitt.
I have not been to Pitt yet, but we will be next year.
Okay.
So I don't know. I would say Thunderbolt would be number one out of those three. And then Thompson and New Hampshire, I liked New Hampshire the more I drove it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like and I know that I don't know. I like them both, and I've driven Thompson a lot more than New Hampshire. So Audra is going to pick her favorite because I know Thunderbolt's probably going to be her.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Thunderbolt
right.
is my favorite. I would say maybe Thompson. I think Thompson's easier than New Hampshire. It was
Yeah.
definitely more challenging. But it's, you know, all the elevation changes that you get with New Hampshire, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
There's some parts that are really challenging. So, and the challenging is good, you know?
Right.
I think you're going to like pit race next year.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully for better weather than we've had in the past. But
It's usually good. When it's not,
Yeah.
it makes up for it, though.
yeah, it does. All right. So what were your goals going in for the weekend? Would you say?
We wanted to finish,
Always good.
come back with the car and everybody, you know, the way we and it arrived.
Yeah, we wanted to be in to drive.
Yeah.
And, you know, just have fun and, you know, guess maybe not take it too seriously, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So as you start going into the weekend and you had your lineup, was this particular race in an essence easy to manage?
Yeah.
Because there's an organization level that you need to have and you need to progress with, and it just seems like you guys are naturally organized anyway, and always kind of come, but you know, there's always those little hiccups that you kind of have along the way. So this particular race, what were some of your challenges that you had with your team?
I think we had too many. There was a black flag and Bill Oven got stuck and he had he had to go to the bathroom. So they wound up getting him out of line. Bill Fisher went in for him. So, you know, it was managed, but it was a little bit stressful because, you know, we had to get him out of there and they said to keep the drivers in the car but it worked out fine.
It felt like he was in there for less than a half hour.
It didn't feel like it, Bill. It wasn't.
Oh, okay. I'm like sitting there going, but all I did was walk back from the pits, go get changed, and I'm still getting changed. I'm talking to Vicky, and you guys are like, you need to get in the car. And I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So,
he really had to pee. And he mismanaged his water, you know,
Yes.
his fluid intake before going out. And it would have been manageable had he still been driving, because you know, you wouldn't notice it because you're driving, right?
Yep.
But just sitting there for the black flag, he couldn't stop thinking of it, apparently.
Yeah.
So that was, yeah.
Yeah.
So
a little bit of a panic on my part trying to get ready. I was like, ah.
Yeah, we all rushed around. And the only other thing was when we didn't put enough gas in for Max at the end.
So
Do a quick pit stop for him and get the rest of the gas in.
So we had gas filling problems twice. We had one on Saturday because it just didn't make sense when Max got out after going for like a little over 2 hours. So we just put one tank in. And then when I was filling the tank for Max, I filled it, it splurged, like it you know, it gave the hey, I'm full. And then the gas was literally sitting in the fill where the lid goes, like just sitting there. And obviously from you running out of gas, I didn't fill it up. I was wondering, does that car have a saddle tank? Maybe we're filling it too fast.
No, it's actually just it's not a saddlebag. It's
Okay.
just a one open area. And so I think when there we still have the flap in the filler neck, right? So I think that the gas was sitting on the outside of the flap.
Maybe
it will.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, for sure.
Right. So that may have made it look like it was like, you know, brimming out.
Full. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really know, but that's what it seems like may have happened.
Yeah.
And then I forget on Saturday, some of
the wrong tanks.
Yeah, some of the jugs that we ended up in the pits with didn't have like the proper size
nozzles,
spout or nozzle, whatever, for our tank.
And what size is yours?
It's just the factory, you know, 100% factory unmodified. So whatever size that is, 3/4
So
inch.
what you need, a little narrow one.
Yeah, which we had,
narrow tip.
but we ended up with a few different ones on the cart, and so we couldn't get all the gas that we had brought in. So that, yeah, we had a couple times where the fuel didn't work out as well as it had for us in the past, but we can fix that though. I mean,
I mean, it didn't cost us a lot, but it's just, you want to do it the right way, right? So
right.
Yeah.
So I think we learned some lessons doing that this past weekend.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things like, oh, but now we know it and we'll never do it again.
Right.
You know?
Right. So this kind of brings into that little thing that we used to do, this little segment that we used to do when we first started our podcast was we used to always say what went right, what went wrong, and what could we do better next time? What do you guys think?
Oh, what went really right was Sunday. So at Thompson, we were like the last people out of there because we just did not manage our packing up well. And this
Okay.
time we were out of there, I don't know what, by 4:45.
Yeah, we were out of there pretty quick. When we were like when I after finishing on Sunday, I pulled into the garage and I was like making sure I was in the right place because there was absolutely nothing in the garage to I was like, I'm in garage 24, but where is the stuff? There's nothing here.
We had you, man. We had you.
I told them, I'm like, you guys need to start packing up while I'm going. And I couldn't believe how much was done when I came back in. It was
Wow.
really,
So
that
you were
was, you know,
so
that
you
was
were saying
pretty
at Thompson that you had a late, was it
Yeah.
Thompson that you were like the last ones out because of that?
Yeah, pretty much. We didn't really start packing until like after the awards.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, more or less. It wasn't that
Yeah.
extreme, but
we didn't realize how long it was going to take.
that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
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 But
Well, that's good. Lesson learned.
Yeah, it was super easy.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And Max pulling in. Where's all the stuff?
I was like, I'm in garage 24, but I haven't seen anything.
It's not like you missed the garage like anybody else on our team on the end of the day, but
No, yeah. What are you talking about, Bill? Who did that?
Miss Audra, care to go into your Saturday off track?
I'm going back out. I'll see you.
It wasn't embarrassing, and also, I'm really, glad that you guys brought it up.
I'm here for you.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm representing the listener. So Miss Audra gets out and she's finished her stint for Saturday and she takes a checker flag and she's all happy and Max hits her with a water bottle that goes boink right off of her, which was kind of funny. And then you just see Audra go right by our pit and just keep going. And I'm like, I guess she's going out for a couple more hours. And then Larry's like, I think she said she missed the pit because he had his radio on. And then we're sitting there going, no, that can't be right. Who would miss the pit? And then we look through the garage towards the other side, and there's Max and Audra sitting there, basically stuck because they can't go because the parade's going on and, going for a second lap. So it was kind of funny.
I go in victory lane twice, no big deal.
Exactly.
Things that can go wrong. I mean, it's a pretty small list if we have to pick on that one.
Well, I mean,
at this point.
It's something we can improve on going forward. How about that?
Yes. I think that'll put that in another bucket of things I'll never do again.
Yeah. It was fun though.
So what other rooms of improvement did you find after this race? Because there's always little nuances.
Yeah, I was really, really happy that Bill Fisher was driving with us as well. I think for New Hampshire, we clearly needed to have 4 drivers. So I was pretty grateful that we did. Thompson, we did fine with 3. But I think, something to look at next year is how many drivers do we need at each event?
Mm-hmm.
I think New Hampshire, we definitely needed 4.
It's a very mental, physical track.
I mean, you can do 3, but you have to have a couple friends in the paddock that are prepared. Hey, I might need you,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially if something happens, like, somebody gets sick or doesn't feel well or needs to pee in the suit or whatever. Bill Albin. Anyway.
Poor Bill. He was really suffering.
He was.
Oh, so how about your hot pit? How did your hot pits go?
They could be better, but they
So-
weren't terrible.
Mhm.
They were horrible, Audra. We had
No,
like a
we can do them better, but I mean, we're just we found some things out to improve on.
Yeah, we didn't get heckled or anything.
You weren't heckled.
Yeah, I mean one thing that was a little bit of a concern, like when I was coming in and like I'm on the radio and it's like confirmed, I'm coming in, everyone's ready. I pull into the hot pits and I don't see a sign, I don't see anyone, and I'm like, oh, I think that's Bill on the other side of the wall because I recognize his helmet.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So there's nothing. So it was Bill, so it was okay. But like, he was the only person standing there. I'm like, he's gonna do everything. But then, I don't know. Then Larry and other Bill showed up,
Mhm.
or Audra, I forget who, but they were because we
Yeah, it wasn't me that time.
because we had one person like standing outside of the hot pits with a radio to do a radio check and just sort of
Right.
So yeah, but so that was kind of like that could have been a lot better.
Yeah, we
Speak-
have some room for improvement on our
Yeah,
outfits,
yeah.
for sure.
Speaking of radios, I think I totally botched your radio because you have 2 inputs and Max.
Yeah.
One time you couldn't hear us.
And I put the one in the one spot and we did a radio check and you couldn't hear. So I was like, oh, I must have put it in the wrong one. So then I unplugged the other one and put it in there and whoops.
Oh no! So there's the big one, right? And then there's the
Mhm.
small one. The small one's from like earplugs to helmet, and the big one's helmet to car. So I plugged the one from the ears to the helmet ahead of time, and I think it's easy for it to come undone when a harness is being slapped onto you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
So
we were
it's not
slapping
something that-
harnesses.
Yeah. So I mean, I was able to. Found it and was able to plug it back in.
Mhm.
While I was driving, but I think I don't know. It could have just come out with the harness being, installed.
There's nothing like doing a radio check and then going nothing.
No.
Yeah, and apparently I wasn't too concerned either because like I didn't even notice we didn't do a radio check until like half an hour past that. I was like,
Oh,
hey,
we did too. You didn't hear them because they weren't
but
working.
I didn't participate.
There was a continual trying to check in with me that did not happen.
it's
Yeah,
kinda funny.
so I'm driving along and I'm like, wow, it's really quiet. Like there's no static on the radio. No one's calling for anything. I'm like, this is kind of nice, but maybe something's wrong. And so I call in and I'm like, I guess we didn't do a radio check. What's up, guys?
We did.
Response. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe something's wrong. So I start feeling around. I'm like, no, volume's up. And I'm like feeling on my helmet. I'm like, oh, the plug's out. So I plugged it in.
Figured it out.
Yeah.
So Miss Vicky, we had 2 other cars.
Yes, we did. I was just going to say there were 2 other cars in your group. One of the ones is one that I had worked with Alan on because we were down to the wire 2 weeks before the race, 2.5 weeks before the race, putting an engine in.
Mhm.
And some things didn't go as well as planned, but other things really did go very, very well with it. So the MooStang had a new engine going out. Unfortunately, with the MooStang that had gone out, when he had taken it from my house, the transmission that he had purchased for the vehicle did not, I believe that some of the gears were broken in it or something because it did not have reverse after he put it in. So he was struggling at the very last minute to try to get that straightened out. So there might have been a couple little things around the car that he was just trying to tweak. And I was like, just be really careful going out because it's a brand new engine, putting it on the track, basically. So, so you had the MooStang, and it had some growing pains. Yeah.
Couple things. I think
He had
alternator,
no time to test this vehicle.
Oh, I know. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
You just didn't put the engine in until right before. So
yeah.
Let's see. The radiator leaked. The alternator came loose.
Okay.
Do you remember anything else?
I think the coolant hose, came undone or something like that. Okay.
There was some sort of oil leak from some sort of oil line.
Yeah. I don't think they ever figured it out though.
Yeah, I remember him talking about it though. And then I don't know, they might have I think he put new rear pads in Saturday night.
Mm, yeah.
Okay.
Because
I
they were
mean,
pretty.
I would say
thin, I guess,
successful,
but
but
yeah.
you know, not perfect. But they did end up, you know, how many laps did they do? Let me think. They did
You did
They
quite
did
a
a lot
bit.
better than Thompson with it.
Yeah.
yeah, they
Thompson
finished
was
69. They did 334 laps, which
That's
is,
actually
Yeah.
good for
Yeah.
Alan's car.
that could be the last 5 or 6 races total.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it was 100th slowest out of the entries.
Okay.
So,
Well,
and
he
then
was able to get it going, which is really big. But for not being able to test the car at all whatsoever, I thought it was not too bad.
nope.
But we did end up pulling that engine. I think one of the piston casings with the valves, he had a crack valve in it, the old engine. When we had pulled it, we were pulling it, and like bits and pieces were kind of coming out. I'm like, well, when did this happen? Is this part of your problem why your car's not running? He says he thinks that happened at the very last race. So I'm not sure if he, whatever. He's been struggling with that car for years, I think.
He
So
is.
it was due. It was really due. So
I've got a public service announcement,
which is
for Team MooStang.
Yeah.
Team MooStang. Capri, not MooStang.
Oh yeah.
Capri.
Yeah.
Go
We're trying
Capri.
to working on having him take over the Capri, but the Capri's its own beast, you know. So the other thing too is that we also ran with Jeremy, or who was it? Monkey House Racing.
Monkey House, yeah. They were in
Yes.
the Bad Hombre El Jefe.
The race truck. How did the race truck perform?
Well, when they thought it was worth their while to be on track, it was fine. They retired it early. We'll go with that.
So what was going on with the car? Does anybody know? I heard there was a fuel delivery issue.
Yeah, I think it was like a fuel starve. I'm not sure if they knew it was electrical or fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, Max?
I do not know.
Yeah. And then they had 2 new drivers. Well, not new to Lemons drivers, not new drivers. One was relatively new, and one was incredibly fast. Future podcast guest, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they saw the weather going downhill on Sunday, and I can't tell if it was there was some mechanical issues, or it was hey, let's not blow this in the rain, because it was the carnage out there.
Yeah. I
so
could see that.
So we'll have to get Jeremy on the podcast and talk about what's going on. I would say we have to get Jeremy and Nick on the podcast, but Nick's too shy. But we'll get Jeremy. And
Yeah.
So they came in, they parked early on Sunday, and they came in 83rd.
Yeah, they're still kind of working things out on that truck, because
Yeah.
they're trying to make it better than what we had.
Mhm.
So they are rebuilding some areas of the car, but or the vehicle, but I have to say that's like the only vehicle I actually saw them actually drive the tires off the car, axle and all, just broke and came right off. So they've
I
been
don't
kind of
think they had a lot
struggling.
of time. I don't think they had a lot of time between races
No.
to do anything. So I think it was kind of change the
Yeah.
fluids and let it
Yeah,
rip.
Jeremy is working with extreme experience, so he is not working local very much. So I can't really see him with as much travel as he's been doing to do much on the vehicle time
Well,
wise.
it's tough when you're
So,
away that much, and then you come home. It's not like, he's got kids and
yeah,
beautiful
and then
bride.
to go back again.
It's tough to sit there and say, hey, I've been gone for 4 days. How you doing? Nice to see you. I'm going out in the garage and working my car.
Yeah, no,
Probably not the best plan.
no, not with 2 boys for sure. So overall, what were the rankings?
Alan was 69. We came in. I don't want to steal any thunder from the home team. Audra, Max,
Report.
28.
That's awesome.
Yeah, did well.
28 overall.
Yeah. Indeed. Job well done, friends. We did a good one on that one. Thank you for prepping the car, Max.
Yeah.
It was quite fun. And it wasn't that we were exceedingly fast because we were 34th fastest, even with Max's super fast times. I was kind of expecting Audra to do her classic, one really fast lap and get the record. She's got that autocross background. That's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll always hear about that from you, Bill. I did not have a hero run this time.
No hero runs this time. So
There was only, what, 2 seconds off of you?
It's the Saturday. So I think, but then I think I snuck a few more seconds.
Of course.
Yeah.
After that, but
you went a little faster on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think Audra's weather, the weather that Audra was in was not conducive to setting fast laps. So
no, not at all.
Yeah, I think Max took the lead at a 126, basically a 126.3.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That was way faster than when I looked. That's really good.
Yeah, I think Saturday was
129.
Yeah.
Yeah, he threw another 3 seconds because I took some seconds off after on Sunday, and then Max got in and said, no, I want them back, and he just left me. So it was kind of fun. So, Miss Vicky, I have. It has been a while since I raced in a Lemons race because things just come up.
You're pretty much the team organizer, pushing everybody else in the cars, and you just never end up making it in there yourself.
True. However, we figured out Friday night. The one thing I was worried about with Max's car wasn't the preparation of the car. It was me getting in and out because I've been having that in and out of car issue.
Right.
So originally on Friday night, it looked like I couldn't get in, and then we figured out it was the way I was sitting in the seat because it's always getting my massive brain through the hole.
Mm-hmm.
And Max has an exo cage, so there really should be no issue. But anyway, my helmet is so large, it's a pain in the butt. But anyway, so we figured it out. And the one thing I noticed when we did it on Friday was when I couldn't get in, I would start getting really hot and sweaty and like almost panicky. And then it happened, I don't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday. When was the one that I asked you, Max? I said, can you get in? And you said, I don't have Hans. I said, okay, we're going to figure this out.
Yeah, it was Sunday. It was
right.
during when there was like the black flag all.
Right. Yeah, with the quick get ready and everything. Right, so it happened again. So what I had to do was I popped back out, got a little bit of control. It was, the end of a black flag, so it wasn't terrible. And I was able to get back in. But I think that one time I wasn't able to get in and out of the car. It's now become like a little bit of a trigger for me. So but I think I'm working on how to get it. So I should be okay.
Okay. So it's just about navigating your helmet.
It is. Yes.
You do have a large helmet.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I don't like to brag, but if others say it, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, which I've been really kind of excited about, is that this is the Halloween hoopty. So what was Saturday night like? Did anybody end up making the Saturday night event?
No.
Everybody was pretty much darn beat.
We went to the potluck, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't do the post potluck festivities. We just kind of went to sleep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry to disappoint.
We're kind of sad.
No, that's okay.
Did you know the October, like it's dark so early. Like you feel like it's at midnight and it's really only 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
This was the last one. I think it was the last one that Vicky went. We instead of Garage Heroes, we went as Guitar Heroes just for fun. Mm-hmm. And so I wake up and it's like 11 o'clock, and I jump out of the RV and I'm walking in and I say, "Hey, have you seen Vicky?" There was somebody who knew us but didn't know us. And the guy's like, is she the one dressed as Cher? Which she wasn't dressed as Cher. She was dressed as Ann Wilson, like because Vicky and Jen's maiden name is Wilson. So Vicky was Ann Wilson and Jen was Nancy Wilson. Yeah. And I'm like, I figured out I knew that he was kind of talking about it right. And I'm like, yeah, that's where she is. Oh, she's in the hot tub in her costume. So So yeah,
that was one of the last ones we went to.
It was.
because honestly, for us, I mean, it is a haul during a school year for us. And at the time, we had to travel with kids, and it's Halloween, so kids and Halloween and racing that far away on a school, it was just not really conducive to our family. So we had to bow out, usually of New Hampshire. So that was probably one of the last ones we had gone to.
No, we did. Weren't we filming some of your
yes
Bill Vila episodes during that?
I mean, we could talk about this old car. It's
okay.
It's a new series.
Hilarious.
I was watching the series that Bill started putting out for
this old car.
This old car featuring Bob Vila, but he is Bill Vila.
Thank you.
And Norm. And I have to say the episodes were hilarious. They were very, very funny. So, especially with you falling asleep underneath the car. Huh?
They came up on my feed on Facebook tonight, and I was rewatching them, and they're so hilarious. Everybody should watch these. They're so funny.
Because if anybody remembers the old shows of this old house, is that Bob Vila would ask the dumbest questions, the most obvious, most stupid questions ever, and everybody who was in the know of watching these shows would just roll their frickin' eyes. You could tell that the people that he had to work with were just equally as frustrated at having to work with Bob Vila. So Bill had performed Bill Vila, and I have to say it was an excellent costume choice, and Larry did an excellent job.
Larry did awesome. He was perfect.
Larry was perfect. I like the one where Bill slept up or fell asleep underneath the car, and Larry as Norm was like, "See what I got to put up with." So it was quite awesome. So we have 14 episodes, right?
Well, the series premiere on YouTube will be coming up soon.
Okay.
We're editing together our first official episode, and it will be a fall release this year. I believe we're looking to be picked up by a local show,
BBC, and
whatever,
NPR,
whatever. I'll take it. Could be the Massachusetts public broadcasting system. We could be on the same channel as That probably won't go over well.
Brilliant and hilarious, that whole thing.
Well, especially since it's New Hampshire and a New England episode with New England cars. So that was pretty classic at a New England race.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everybody on here, what's the next track event that we will be attending?
Oh, looks like we're going to New Jersey in a couple of days.
That's right.
We are.
I love it.
NASA
Bill
Northeast
refuses to tell me anything about this weekend.
That's right.
Oh, that's too bad.
You don't need to know. Audra, you don't know anything.
I know nothing.
Nope.
No.
Max, nothing.
I know where it is.
There it is. See?
So we are bringing the E46 caged car.
You got one right. That's your first right BMW this week.
I did. And right now that vehicle is over at a performance shop run by Hugh Stewart, who is Christina Lamb's second hand.
No, I don't know. I don't know if Christina is a client or former client
I'm
or
not
partner.
Sure, but
I don't know.
We knew him through there. So after the debacle with the E46,
we met him at NASA Northeast and through that introduction.
Yeah. So with the debacle with the E46 and having the custom drive shaft shear in half on the racetrack, threw my hands up, sent it out. He has it, and we were sweating to get this car back on time. And come to find out that the drive shaft is not going to be in until today. It could be installed today or tomorrow, and then we could have it. But luckily, he is going to New Jersey, and he is double trailering that car down. So he's got a 2-car trailer that he's going to throw that E46 on and meet us at New Jersey. Oh. Yay! So hopefully we'll be able to figure out what this car is doing. But
Indeed.
It is rough trying to get this car straightened out. It's been a couple years.
If only you knew what was going on this weekend. It could drive you crazy if you didn't know.
Well, yeah. So I'd like to be in my car of choice is going to be the BMW.
So you're driving the BMW this weekend?
I would like to. I need to start practicing in that vehicle because I want to go to VIR with it.
Are you going to have an instructor in the right seat?
If it has a right seat, yes.
Okay. Max, what are you going to be driving?
89 325 BMW.
Miss Audra?
Same.
Same? Very nice. Well, I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think the group of us has 9 cars. So we may be able to play the hat game.
Car roulette?
Yeah, exactly. The hat game. Who wants to go out and what? So we'll see. It should be fun.
It's always kind of fun.
It is. Anything you thought of that could improve either the car or the racing, Max, Audra? Anything?
Yeah, maybe just a little bit more organization around like our driver order and stuff, to be more strategic about it. I'm not sure we were completely strategic in who we're replacing at what times. And we can, maybe think about that some more.
Yeah, and the whole, pit, we can improve our pit stops and also sort of like the strategy around that with double yellows and black flags and things where we can start doing some swaps and stuff when
at times where it'll actually save us some time.
Right.
Yeah. Anything mechanical that you saw, Max, that you're not happy with?
I still need to like put the car up on a lift and check it out, but
seems
I don't
good to
think
me.
so.
I didn't see anything.
Everything seemed okay throughout the whole weekend. So still got to put it up and check it out. But I don't think there's anything lurking.
Got to put a few more zip ties on the front bumper.
Yeah. Well, probably. Yeah. Well, something will happen there.
It's self-ejecting, so that's okay.
Yeah. At least we still have it, right? And it's not really that wrecked either.
No. Did it get a donut on the side this weekend, or was that prior?
Oh, that was already there. I think Audra's contact, there's a nice big indent in the right rear door.
Wow. That brings.
But I think the tire marks were already there.
Yeah.
From somebody else, I don't know who, but
That brings me to my favorite question. The black flag review. I'll start 0. Thank you. Max?
So I don't know. I contacted turn 9 self-reported. I never saw black flag with 15.
Contact is black flag.
But I didn't get black flagged.
Did you go into the black flag area?
Well, yeah, I self-reported, but
I got to introduce you to Alan. He
so
does the same argument
flag,
with me.
Right? That means I didn't get black flagged.
God, you and
Isn't that
Alan.
how that works?
2 P's. Where's the pod? Miss Audra, how about you?
Well, technically speaking.
Oh, geez.
I also
Another one? Oh, God. Was this your first black flag, Audra?
Yes,
Oh.
I think so.
Well,
Yellow
did you get one for the Audra turn?
Yellow at Thompson.
Oh yeah, this is not my first black flag.
Okay.
I mean,
What-
I've had, maybe it's like 1 each time.
Okay. Well, it's not terrible. What about Bill? I don't think he got one, did he?
No.
No.
Although
What?
Bill could be employing the Vicky strategy of getting black flags, not calling anybody on the radio, just going in there and then quickly going back out on the person and saying nothing. Then we find out about it like a week later from the judge who talks to us on the podcast about how we.
I don't think that Bill could pull that off, honestly. He's too honest.
So you got black flag, Bill, though, didn't you? For the
I
contact
did.
that may or may not have happened.
I did.
Ooh.
So wait. So I'm coming down. the main straightaway towards turn 1. There's a guy behind me. He's in another BMW. I'm not going to clarify it any more than that, although I could. And I give him a point by. So he takes the point by going into turn 1, and then turn 1B is the right-hand turn. And then turn 2, he just decides that, I have apparently teleported to another planet, and the apex is his in my car. I'm on the left side, he's on the right side. So he comes across, and I had told Max that I take very good care of cars that I drive, and I will not get into an accident. And I did everything I could to not get hit by this car, to the point where I took the car to the limit. And I was either, if he continued, I was going to get hit, or I was going to drive into the pit wall, which I figured Max would rather have me hit by a car than hit by the pit wall. But anyway, we ended up not getting hit. But then I get a black flag. I go in, and I'm explaining to the judge, future podcast guest, and I'm explaining to him. I said, "Listen, I didn't get hit. If I did get hit, it was very little, and I didn't feel it at all. But if I was to defend the flaggers, if I was looking outside, I would have said there was contact, because it was amazing what we had to do not to do this." And anyway, the guy in front of me gave me a wave after, because I think he kind of knew that wasn't the best thing. So anyway, no black flag, just false black flag.
Ah, there you go.
So still no wax. Anyway. So this brings me to the winner of the Golden Wrench Award.
Okay.
I believe, Miss Vicky, you weren't there, so you don't get to vote.
No, I don't.
No. I don't think we had a team vote. I have an idea in my mind. I think it goes to the fastest lap and the car prepper extraordinaire.
Yeah, Max.
I think so.
Max.
All right.
Miss Audra?
Thank you.
Miss Audra, agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So Max, you'll be receiving your title belt this weekend. And you will be able to carry it throughout the entire off season.
Excellent.
That's
There
right.
you go.
You just have to remember to bring it to pit race.
I'll remember.
No worries.
So, Max, what is your plans for your off season?
So I'm going to work on my E30, and probably going to do some stuff to the Lemons car.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main sort of plan.
Is there any improvements that you want to do with the Lemons car? What are you feeling that it might need? Or is it just maintenance and cleaning it up?
Yeah, maintenance and cleaning it up kind of thing. And then we were thinking about some sort of like air dam type situation in the front. Since we have that, fantastic wing in the back, and the downforce is so awesome, we need something to really balance that out.
Yeah,
really
you got to keep the car balanced. Yeah.
And if nothing less, it might make it look more badass. So
nothing wrong with that.
Right.
So any theme change, or are you going to stick with that one for another year?
I think we'll stick with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we're done with that yet.
I think it's pretty good.
There's more to be done.
Well, or just more of the same to be done.
More to be squeezed, more juice to be squeezed, I guess.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, the skis and the snowboard are permanently affixed.
Yeah, they can't come off the car. I mean, they are on there.
It is
Yeah, that's just nothing we can really do about it now.
No. That's fun though. So Larry took some great pictures. We'll be posting those with this episode, and I think this one's going to come out this Monday, so we will be recovering from our New Jersey trip. And Miss Vicky, you have any guesses as to what New Jersey is going to entail?
I have absolutely zero idea.
Excellent.
And you know what? The reason too is that Bill has been working very, very hard to not tell me anything. As I kind of try to pull little bits of information. There's nothing. So I am choosing to be surprised, and I am going in oblivious. I don't even want to guess at this point. It's just easier. Don't even try. Don't ask. It's fine.
It-
So I'm excited.
It'll be fine.
Mhm.
And for those of you who know, you know. And for those of you who don't know, you'll find out in our next episode. Oh,
Yep.
look at that. Look at that. Bill Vila at his finest. Anyway, great weekend. Thank you guys. Thanks for inviting me. It was it was unexpected. I was planning on having that weekend off and preparing for this NJMP thing, but all of a sudden I get this email that says, you are invited to be in this. I'm like, oh, crap. Okay, I can do this.
Well,
Do
we're
it.
glad you came out.
Yeah.
And he loved it.
Yeah.
It's fun to
Thanks.
get to hang out with you for the weekend.
No worries. Oh, that was another thing. So we got this sleep study done finally. And I think I've been using what they prescribed for about a month now. So I actually started feeling normal during the week before this race.
Mhm.
But I was very careful, like even more careful than normal, to not wear myself out during this weekend. And I came out of the weekend feeling pretty good. So I think I'm back to normal.
Yeah. Bill hasn't been quite right
For a while.
for quite a while because he has just not been sleeping. As much as he's been trying to sleep, he's just not sleeping.
Yeah.
So I was just commenting this week about, I feel like you're kind of back. You're much more pleasant.
My doctor said I was getting about 30% of the time I was asleep as sleep. So that's not good.
Yeah.
Well, happy to hear that you're doing better.
Seems to be,
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you for the invite, Miss Audra. Mr. Max, it was awesome. Made a great time. Mr. Bill, it was fun racing with you. Larry, my partner in crime, my Norm. Well
my
done.
Norm. He will now be called my Norm.
That's right. And Miss Audra, you probably don't have a future as a professional camera operator because you tend to giggle.
You see one of those stabilizers.
Yeah, she does.
I need a gimbal.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
for
right.
sure.
We'll work
the
on that.
iPhone is a little bit difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the proper gear, we'll see what happens.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, listen,
You
until
go
we're
well,
picked
huh?
up and
Like a
No, the
professional,
giggling, I was suppressing the giggle. There's a
that's true.
difference.
Yeah.
preventing the eruption.
Until we're picked up for the full season, this pilot episode, and once we get into syndication, we'll get you some better equipment. Then
Excellent. Excellent.
We'll see,
Can't
we'll
wait for
see-
that, huh?
see what we can do. So, Miss Vicky, you going to come next year, or you're just going to sit next year out?
I don't know.
Okay.
Next year
great.
will be next year.
I
Just
think-
it'd be nice to have another woman around.
I think
Yeah,
we should switch. I think
It
you should
is-
go.
it is Halloween. So
Get your stuff
Um,
done early.
I ended up going to an Elvis party dressed as a female Elvis with
You were-
Priscilla hair.
You were Priscilla Elvis.
I was Priscilla Elvis.
Mhm.
It was pretty crazy.
Mhm.
There was a lot of Elvis
Mhm.
everywhere
Awesome.
at the Halloween party I went to.
Exactly.
So
I had an idea for that party, but nobody did it as far as I could tell.
yeah, there were some pretty funny ones.
Yep. All right, Max, Audra, great racing. Thank you. We'll see you in the weekend, Miss Vicky. I'll see you in about 6 seconds, maybe
Hmm.
maybe 7.
Yep.
Great racing, guys. It was fun. Had a good time.
Yeah.
10
All
out of
right.
10. Highly recommend.
Awesome.
Signing off.
Great. Thank you.